Welcome to part 3. Now, I've given people a lot of hard time, especially on Facebook and even in Club 1999, because it has not been easy for me to believe that Miguna has actually left the country. I've been very skeptical, and I have no apologies to make, because it's with good reason. We have had a very long history of the government telling us so-and-so has left the country, so-and-so is in a foreign country, while actually that person is inside the country, already dead. It has happened way too many times. Just to give you 2 examples, very prominent examples. We were told that JM Karaoke was in Zambia at a time when he was already dead. We were told that Ouko was not in the country, Robert Ouko, when the man was already dead. And so after the chain of events surrounding the Miguna issue, hearing that he had been deported made me very, very suspicious. And indeed, I am still skeptical, despite everything that has happened. I am waiting to see a video footage of Miguna talking. And after examining it carefully, then I may start to believe. Okay? Or maybe the family talking, saying Miguna is back. Genuine family, see at the press statement from the family published in a newspaper. Kenyans have been fooled for too long. Okay? Anyway, the long and short of all this, what I want to say is that if indeed Miguna is in Canada now, I am very happy. Why am I happy? I'm happy because at least for now, he is much safer than when he was in the situation he was in Kenya in recent days. Anything would have happened, and even the worst would have easily happened. I mean, this is Kenya, and you know the history of the country very well. And very sadly, it seems that the people who are making decisions, are from those old days when these evil things were happening. And therefore they seem very determined to replicate the old horrors, and therefore I'm delighted. If Miguna is out of the country, it doesn't matter if he was deported, in quotes, or rejected out of the country, but at least he's alive, They always say, better retreat at a certain point and live to fight another day, That's extremely important. Now, politically, in my view, Miguna is in a much stronger position now than he was before his arrest, One of the other political blunders committed by the Jubileee government. Had they left the man alone, then now the only thing they'd have had to deal with is another very big headache for the government currently, This shutting down of TV stations. Oh, that thing has been taken very badly by the international community. That thing has also been taken very badly by the vast majority of Kenyans, okay? And especially those who are seated at the fence. With the shutting down of the media, things have changed. These people have actually become anti-government. They do not agree with the government anymore. I'll give you a classic example. Paul Mwite is a lawyer. He fought in the second liberation of this country. He was very prominent in that. Yes, he really battled the Kanu government. Okay, but recently we also saw him defend. He was in the legal team. He was one of the main people in the legal team. Yes, in the election petition. He was, of course, the lead lawyer for the IEBC. But as we saw, it was very clear. There was a very thin line, or no line at all, between the IEBC and the Jubilee government. Okay? Anyway, now, a lawyer can, of course, represent any client. It doesn't matter what their personal views and opinions are. But Bwana Mwite also made it very clear what side of the political divide he was in. Even before he was appointed the lead lawyer for the IEBC. And in any case, the IEBC would not have come anywhere near Bwana Mwite if they felt that he was on the other side and he was not fully on the side of the government and the IEBC. Now, recently, Bwana Mwite was interviewed by the press, and he was asked about his views over the closure of the press, closure of TV stations. The man did not mince his words. He said that it was very unfortunate. To cut a long story short, he really went for the government's jugular over the shutting down of TV stations. He said very clearly that that was a sign that the government had gone completely in the wrong direction. Yeah. Now, of course, Bwana Mwite hails from Kiambu County. Kiambu County is the strongest stronghold, if I can call it that, of the Jubilee Party. And so, such a strong dressing down of the government by somebody from Kiambu County, yeah, has a lot of political significance. Actually, the situation has now changed such that NASA and leading NASA people who warned us a long time ago that this Jubilee government is draconian are now looking like prophets. People already knew something the rest of us did not know. Yeah, they are no longer being looked at as political competitors. And as a result, the enemy lines or the people opposed to this government, those numbers have grown in leaps and bounds. Yeah. Now, of course, it's a combination of factors. Of course, the closure of the TV stations was a major blunder. I've not covered that, but for now, I think I can just say that. Yeah, and I think we all know what the consequences are. And anyway, the media houses, the major media houses, have not let that story die. Yeah, they've been doing features, they've been doing reporting, they've been covering that, emphasizing how the shutting down of the TV stations was completely uncalled for. Okay? And then also appealing for the remaining TV stations which are still switched off. The Citizen and Inoro, demanding that the government switch them back on as soon as possible. And then in the harassment of Bwana Miguna, the government has also earned another group of enemies that were previously maybe neutral. And that is the lawyers. Because all lawyers, irrespective of their party preferences, have fully stood behind Miguna. All lawyers, irrespective of their party preferences, are appalled and outraged at the blatant disregard for court orders by the Jubilee government. So if those are not serious blunders, yeah, by the Jubilee government, yeah, in the arena of high-stake politics, then I don't know what is. And that is why I said earlier that the Jubilee government has worked itself into a corner which they will not be able to get out of. Yeah? Miracles happen, yeah, and indeed I believe in miracles. Like in this time, sioni. Now this Miguna saga illustrated one more thing that I would like to finish off with. It is proof, very clear proof, of the way the Jubilee government operates when it comes to making decisions. Now, ordinarily, when you are in such high-stakes politics, decisions should be made after you carefully think through all the consequences, all the fallout, everything. Yeah, so that when you make your decisions, you already know where you're going. You already have options A and B. Yeah, supposing this does not work out, this is what I'm going to do, and so on and so forth. You think the whole thing through. Now, it should be very obvious that in the arrest of Mr. Miguna, nobody thought the whole thing through. You use explosives to gain entry, yeah, into a suspect's house. That one, that one has just finished the international community. That one they'll never understand. Okay? And then in the crisis that followed, you're given court orders to present the suspect, and you ignore them, not one court order, not two, not three, more than that. Yeah? And then finally you go and make the mother of all blunders and you deport a natural citizen, somebody who was born and bred in the country, somebody who belongs to the country. You go ahead and you allegedly deport them. Now obviously, if this was something which was carefully thought out and carefully considered, then what should have happened is that Miguna would have been picked up from his house, yeah, without blowing up his front door, yeah, and taken straight to the airport and deported. Then that one, somebody at least thought through the whole process, whether or not it was the right decision or wrong decision, it was thought through. But instead what we had was a lot of drama, and then it seemed that this master stroke of deporting a local the idea came in at the last minute, yeah, and when already the government was cornered, yeah, because the court orders were mounting, they ignored court orders. they were mounting very fast. And the government had already said that they have Miguna, yeah. That bridge where they would have said denied, plausible deniability, yeah. That bridge that crossed a long time ago, yeah, of denying that they don't have Miguna, yeah. So everybody knew that the government had Miguna. So they were cornered. There was no other way out, okay. Of course, somebody somewhere mistakenly thought, yeah, that finally obeying the court order would have meant the government looking defeated or the government looking weak. So in desperation, they decided, watch to deport Uhuruto. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that whatever was implemented, it seems to have been implemented on the spur of the moment with a lot of emotions. Yeah, you'd better catch that sensitive recording I have in Club 1999. Because when you take in that recording, you'll understand totally why this decision was made and why the government is behaving the way it is. Yes, especially towards certain leading NASA people. Yeah. Anyway, in the kind of high stakes politics we're talking about here, yeah, operating like that and making decisions on the spur of the moment without fully considering them and thinking them through is deadly. And it could very easily, in fact inevitably, it always leads you to make that mistake which you can never recover from. And this is indeed what has happened to Jubilee. Yes, you have deported Miguna, yeah, supposedly. Yeah, but let's just assume that that is true. Yes, you have deported Miguna. So is that the end of the issue? Hell no. Yeah, there's still cases in court. Yeah, the IG and the DCI have been asked to make detailed affidavits explaining the Miguna issue. And not only that, they're supposed to appear in court next Wednesday, the 14th of February. And they're supposed to appear in person. Now, they ignored the other court orders, but now the pressure on them, yeah, not to ignore this court order will be enormous. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.